Okay, this is our stretch sesh for your neck and shoulders. This is going to be a really nice session if you're spending extra time on the computer, on devices, or if you feel like your posture is getting a little bit hunched. So we're going to start laying down on your back. And we're going to start with some arm circles just to open up through the chest and armpits and shoulders. So we inhale as the arms go overhead, and then exhale as you sweep the arms around. If your shoulders are really tight, you might not like to take your arms all the way to the floor, and that's okay. Just go to where feels good for you. Inhaling as you take the arms overhead. Should feel a little stretch in the arms and the armpits there, and then exhale as you slowly sweep around. So we're going to do that 2 more times in this direction, just inhaling nice and slow, exhaling as you sweep around, just moving in time with your breath. 1 more time, breathing in and out. Even just laying flat like this on a floor is really nice for your posture as well, especially if you've been hunched over or sitting at the computer for a long time. So now we're reversing, inhaling as you're circling the arms, and then exhaling as you take them down. So exactly the same, just the opposite direction. Inhaling and then exhaling, and a couple more like that. Inhaling as we come around, exhaling down, reaching the fingertips nice and long. Inhale, exhale, and one last one. Inhaling around and then exhaling down. And then we're going to roll onto the side, and you have your arms out in front of you. Your legs are stacked on top of each other. And if your head's uncomfortable here, just grab yourself a pillow, but otherwise it's okay to just rest onto the ground. So we're going to inhale, and that top arm comes up. Watch your hand with your eyes. And then exhale as you open up and stretch. Inhale to hold there, and then exhale to come back. And turn your chest first, and then let your arm kind of drag behind you. That'll let you feel a little bit more of a stretch through the pec and shoulder as you come back. So we inhale, open, and then exhale, let the body really twist. Inhale to hold, and then exhale and start to turn the chest back first and allow the arm to just kind of drag behind you. So we're going to do that 2 more times, inhaling up, watching your hand, and exhaling open, inhaling to hold, and then exhaling back. You can kind of engage your ab muscles to help draw your torso back as well. That can help. So 1 more here, inhaling up and then exhaling open. This is a nice stretch for the back too, opening up into some rotation, and exhaling, coming back to the front. Nice. Now we're going to do that to the other side. I'm going to turn around so I can still face you, but feel free to just roll straight over. Having the arms stacked on top of each other, inhaling up, exhaling open, watching that hand, inhaling to hold, and then exhaling back. Such a beautiful stretch, this one. So we're inhaling up, exhaling open, and if you keep your hips stacked, it actually gives you a nicer stretch through the spine as well. And then exhaling back. So we've got 3 more to go. Inhaling and exhaling, inhaling, and then exhaling. You might notice that one side feels a little tighter than the other, and that's okay. It's nice just to be aware and mindful of that. And if you feel like you need to hold it a little bit longer on one side, then that's alright too. So we've got 1 more to go here. Inhaling up and then exhaling to open, enjoying that stretch, taking a nice breath in and exhaling back. Alright, and then we're going to come up into seated. So sitting on your bottom with your spine nice and long, and we're going to start with just some really gentle neck movements. So you're going to look to the right
And then come back to the center and look to the left. Now with these, you want to make sure your shoulders are as relaxed as possible. So try not to have any tension or the shoulders drawing up towards the ears, and just looking side to side. And one more time to the right. And one more time to the left. And then coming back to center, I'm going to look all the way down, feeling that stretch through the back of the neck. And then coming up to center and looking up gently, just opening through the front of the throat. And then coming back to center one more time with the up and down, looking down, feeling that stretch through the back of the neck. Sometimes you can feel that pulling all the way down into the spine. It can be really quite profound. And then opening through the throat and coming back to center. And then some shoulder rolls, so rolling the shoulders around. Really try and get each part of the circle, so coming all the way forward, all the way up, and then all the way back, pinching the shoulder blades together. So just stretching into the shoulders like that, ranging those around. Just breathe as you need to here, and then reverse, so coming back and around, rolling through the shoulders. And feeling any sticky or tense points and just slowly moving through those. And then coming back. So we're going to take the arms out in front, and I want you to keep your back straight, and as if you were leaning against a wall, it's not going to move. But your fingertips are going to reach forward as far as you can. So we're closing through the front of the collarbones there. This is called protraction. We're reaching forward. And then you're going to retract the shoulder blades. So we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades back together, still keeping the arms straight. So drawing the shoulders away from your ears, push the fingertips forward, keeping your back still, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. So pushing forward and then squeezing back. It can be a bit of a strange feeling until you get used to it, and that's okay, but it is a really important movement for the shoulders and for the posture. It's a really important little muscle called the serratus anterior sometimes that we can forget about, but this is a really great one for it. So just a bit more of that forward and back motion, and then have the legs out in front. I'm going to do a similar thing, so reach the hands forward. But now you can actually bend your spine, and as if you had a big ball sitting on your lap in front of you, I want you to feel like you're curling up and over it, looking down towards your legs. So reaching the fingertips, and it's almost like your ribs are reaching out behind you, and then stacking the spine back up tall. Inhale, exhale, reach, draw the abs in and stretch behind the back of your shoulders, and then stacking the spine up tall. Breath in, breath out. Pushing with the fingertips, drawing back with the ribs, and then up. And one more time, really getting as much arch into your spine as you can. Reach as far as you can, but pull your ribs in the opposite direction, like you were trying to pull yourself two different ways. And then coming up and stack the spine tall again. Now, if you're comfortable, I like to do this one in Japanese sit, which is just kind of sitting on top of your heels like this. If you prefer to sit cross-legged or just with the legs out in front like we were just then, that's totally fine. Take the arms out. This is mermaid, but it's a different version that's going to give us a nice stretch into the upper traps as well. So take the arms over to the side. Feel that beautiful stretch into the side of the body. And then flip your palm and reach the hand away. Keep your body to the side, keep your head reaching gently down towards the floor, and reach with your fingertips as much as you can. And you should now be getting a really nice stretch through your upper traps. And then from there, we just slowly stack the spine up again. So inhale, exhale, over to the other side, flick the palm over, and then reach the hand, fingertips reaching as far as you can. And when the fingertips start reaching towards the floor, that's when you should find that really nice stretch. And you can even push the shoulder away a little as well, And if you want even more, tilt the head just a tiny bit more to the side and then slowly rolling up. You're gonna go again, so coming over to the side, finding that nice stretch in the side of the body, flipping the palm, and then reaching all the way, stretching into the upper trap, feels so good. And then coming up to seated, and one more time, coming over. Flip the palm and reach. Keep the head gently drawing down towards the floor as you reach the fingertips really long. Nice. And then coming back up. So we're going to come into all fours now. Got a few more nice stretches for the shoulders as well. So from this position, we're going to thread the right arm underneath and reach as far as you can, and then lower your shoulder down towards the floor. If you can come into this resting position with the head resting on the floor as well. So taking a couple of nice slow breaths here. Should be able to feel a stretch in the back of your shoulder blade. Just enjoy that stretch. If you need a little more, feel like you are going to draw your fingertips inwards a little bit, like pull your shoulder out the back a little bit. And that kind of enhances the stretch a bit for you there. Take another nice breath. And then this grounded hand is going to shoot forwards, and we bring the underneath hand through, back to like a 90-degree angle. And then reach that arm as far as you can and stretch into the armpit. Should feel a nice stretch all the way down under here. Nice deep breath. And then take that hand about 45 and rest the armpit towards the floor again. And now that's just slightly changed the angle at which that's stretching. And then we take it down just a little bit more and turn your head the opposite way. And now again, we're getting a different angle where that's stretching. And then coming back in, and we do the same on the other side. So the hand reaches through underneath. Feeling that really nice stretch through the shoulder and the spine. Take a nice deep breath while you're here. And then start to bring that arm back in, and right arm reaches all the way forward and up. So you can relax the head down, getting a nice stretch into the armpit there, just breathing. Let your body try and relax into it. Try and clear your mind as you're doing this. Just focusing on your body. And then take the hands slightly out to the side and coming back down, getting that different angle through the armpit. You might notice that one arm's a little tighter than the other, and that's okay. Just pay attention to these little things in the body. And then one more time down just a little bit further, and this time turning your head the opposite way. Feeling into that spot, into the armpit and through the front. You might even get a little bit into the pec there. Feeling into the chest. And then coming back into all fours. And we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. So pushing up, arching the back, tucking the bottom under. Press your feet into the mat and really stretch. And then coming into the opposite position, drawing the shoulders down, chest open, bottom out. Taking a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, tuck the bottom under, push into the hands, stretching up. And then coming down, bottom out, chest open. Really push into the hands here and lift the chest as much as you can. We're going to do that one more time. Tucking the bottom under, stretching up. And then opening, nice deep breath in. Lovely. And then from there we're coming down onto our tummies, and hands are going to be beside your chest, and we're coming up into a little bit of thoracic extension. So this is the exact opposite position of when we're kind of hunched over either on the computer or at a desk, so it's a really nice one to strengthen our postural muscles. So hands by the chest, and you start to look up, and you're peeling up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, pressing into the hands, and just open the chest just until the ribs lift, and then rolling back down. It's not very high to go, but you should feel it quite strongly in the upper back. So rolling the shoulders down and back, and keep the elbows reaching towards your feet. Press into the hands, opening through the chest, and then rolling back down. And do that 2 more times. So coming up, looking towards the top of your mat, opening through the chest, the throat, lifting up until the ribs lift, and then rolling back down. And we've got 1 more to go. Gently looking up. Keep the chin gently tucked in though as well. It can be tempting to look up too far. Try and keep the head just slightly tilted down. Beautiful. And then our last one, we're going to sink back into a lovely child pose. So have the knees nice and wide. Sink your bottom back to your heels. And then we're going to walk the hands forward onto the mat. Chest down, sinking into the armpits. Let the head be heavy into the mat. Nice deep breath in. And out. And then walking the hands to the side. So if you've walked your hands to the left, you're going to feel a nice stretch in the right. And you're going to breathe into that right rib. And then back through center. And then to the left. Feeling that stretch in the right. Taking a nice deep breath into the left side. And out. And then coming back to center and rolling up nice and slow. Rolling the shoulders around, taking the hands behind into a quick stretch, opening through the chest. Breath in and out. And that's the end of our little stretch sesh for your neck and shoulders.